Welcome back to another Uber Hulk live stream. Today we're going to be having a look at some of the LJN tag teams. Something a little different, right? These were all sets that you could get of tag teams from the vintage 80s LJN line of vintage wrestlers. So let's go ahead and have a look and see what we can, if you want to look at any particular tag team, that's fine. Yeah, I actually picked up a lot of these vintage wrestlers, and this whole week I'm just making vintage WWF week. Not WWE because the WWE sucks. WWF week is right on. So, first tag team we're going to have a look at, just to get them out of the way, is the tag team of Hulk Hogan and Hillbilly Jim. Hillbilly Jim I have, and Hillbilly Jim has his hat. Hillbilly Jim actually came out of the crowd to help Hulk Hogan. I forgot who he was fighting, but he was getting double teamed, and Hillbilly Jim came out and helped him. So that is the first. And like I said, all these you could actually buy in packs of two back in the 80s. Every single one of these, they were two pack, all the way back. So I think it's pretty cool. Let's and of course, Hillbilly Jim came with his hat. So let's look at the next set of. So the next tag team is Alba and The Beast. No, wait, hold on. It's Lou Albino and George Animal Steel. Yes. This Lou Albino I have actually had since I was a child. Pretty cool, right? This George Animal Steel, I recently picked him up. Not even gonna lie. Lou Albano was actually a manager. George Animal Steel was a wrestler, but it came in the 2-pack, so that's what I'm looking at. So there's George Animal Steel, and his big thing was that he used to love to come over to these ropes and just to eat the rope, and Captain Lou Albino, his biggest thing that he had the, I believe they were called Islanders, and he had a feud with Cyndi Lauper. He was pretty famous for facing Cyndi Lauper, I believe, Body Pepper for WrestleMania 2. Anyways. So that's the second 2-pack that you could buy. None of these are actually in the package. I did my research. That's right. Uber Hulk does his research. So Captain Lou Albino and George Animal Steel. Next tag team is the Macho Man and Jesse the Body Ventura. My favorite out of these two is Macho Man, but you can't go wrong with Jesse the Body Ventura. And once again, this was a 2-pack that you could pick up. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I'm trying to. I don't want to just be, oh yeah, I found some toys and I don't know anything about. No, I'm going through and I'm actually giving some insight into the stuff that I collect. Yeah. So Jesse the Body and Macho Man. Macho Man was tag partners with he was tag partners with Hulk Hogan, but everybody in the '80s was a tag partner with Hulk Hogan. So, I mean, yeah, it was pretty sad how much they were trying to give him publicity. So, yeah, I'm already at 5 minutes. Cool. I'm trying to keep this to a short live stream. Next people we're going to be having a look at is let's see. Greg Valentine and Brutus the Barber Beefcake. This once again was another tag team that you could buy. You know, it came in a blister pack, came with the belt. Well, it came with 2 belts. And yeah. So Valentine and Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Now, forgive me, I don't know if these guys are good tag teams or bad tag teams or what, but I still went back and did my research on them. So yeah. Okay. Next tag team we're gonna have a look at is gonna be Ivan. No wait. Wait. Nikolai Volkoff and the Iron Sheik. Yes, these two were a tag team, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, tell me if I am in the comments, that these two were a tag team under Lou Albano. I may be wrong, but you know what? Yes, as a matter of fact, I think that I am wrong. This guy right here, Nikolai Volkoff, I've actually had him for many, many years. So, but I don't know if you can see it. I cleaned him, and he's in pretty great condition. So, Nikolai Volkoff and the Iron Sheik. And those two were a tag team. Once again, you could buy them in a blister pack. You know, two team members. And then the last tag team that we're going to look at, we're already at 8 minutes, is the Bulldogs, right? I believe that's what they're called. The Bulldogs, yes. Which was Davey Boy Smith and, what is his name? That's what I don't have on here. See, I'm actually going off of this. Yeah, I'm actually going off of this. And that's why I couldn't find anything on it, because it's a tag team, and I believe it's Davey Boy Smith and the Flying Kid or something like that. So yeah, this is the Bulldogs, and there's the British Bull. What eventually will become the British Bulldog, and his tag partner in the '80s. Hear about him very much, but he's actually a rare figure to find, so that's pretty cool. So this is a Uber Hulk review of the tag teams of the '80s. This is, and I'm just going to let y'all see the ring again because I think that the ring's pretty freaking sweet. I had to go through and clean the ring, and now we're going to give you a look into WWF wrestling history. This happened in an episode of Piper's Pit. Piper smashed a coconut onto what is his name? He smashed a coconut onto Jimmy Superfly Snuka's head. No, that's a different. Yeah, so he smashed a coconut onto Jimmy Superfly Snuka's head, beat him. They wound up having a match, and here was the result of said match. Piper won. So that's just a little bit of dork wrestling history. And the Uber Hulk is out. Thank you guys for watching my streams later. I've kind of noticed that you guys never actually watch them while they're going on live. It's always after the fact. So, okay, guys, I gotta get off of here. I've only got 8% left on my phone. Uber Hulk is out.